Our next performer is Miss Yankey. She's the founder of Poetry Prescribed, and they deliver therapeutic workshops. They promote poetry as a self-healing tool. Welcome her to the stage, Miss Yankey.
Hi guys, it's a pleasure to be here. I never thought I'd be sharing this poem with so many people. This is called Another Woman's Cry. As I hold my pen in sorrow, I realise the truth. After all those years of blaming me, I knew that it was you. Excuses can't explain away the terror of his reign. Behind a wall of silence, I kept a mask to hide the pain. You see a happy-go-lucky guy with a 6-foot frame. You only know persona, I know the man behind the name. I used to want to scream at you, please don't be taken in. Then I'd realise that I too fell for those eyes and dimpled chin. How could such a good guy be so many other things? How could he raise his hand, apologise, then talk about a ring? How could I ever trust someone who had spat upon my face, then stroked my cheek and whispered softly, you know I love you, Ace? How could I ever trust someone who kept a special bat to smash up my things in fury whilst I cowered from his wrath? How I used to clutch my belt until my hands were bloody red, praying he wouldn't crash the car as he threatened to drive me to my death. How could I not tell a soul I was suffering such things? The shame I felt was greater than almost anything. My pride he relied upon to hide his lies and keep me from my freedom. Oh, I'd confront him often. Every approach was applied. He said he has an anger problem, something I now know to be a lie. His mother would laugh and joke. He'd always had a bit of a temper. Blinded by a sociopath, fed by her placenta. He said that childhood issues had caused uncontrollable rage, but what he did was all control, and power was his game. I was always waiting for the bang. Caught up in crescendo, so much time anticipating, I couldn't see the end, though red flags waved, I missed them. But I remember all of those little remarks. My name, my frame, my education, made to jokes for him to laugh. Belittling my culture. Frequent calls at work, criticising everything made me doubt my worth. Lazy, daily, blazing whilst I was working hard. City life destroyed my soul and he destroyed my heart. Coupled with depression, anxiety and hatred, self-esteem in tatters, I wanted to leave but was wasted. He said that it wasn't his fault. Begged and promised that things would change. I tell myself that I could help to heal his heavy pain. I told him that I loved him, whilst I wiped tears from his face. I said that I believed with love that hate could be replaced, then he'd paint a pretty picture. Futures bright and filled with joy. Words of a loving man, actions of a boy. On the morning that he woke me with an elbow to my ribs, when he took that back to smash my things whilst bellowing and threatening, something inside me clicked. He slammed the door in anger. I calmly packed my things. I called my mum in tears to help me end the suffering. I guess I was just too tired to fight for his funny kind of love. After all was said and done, I had finally had enough. Oh, I wailed like I was mourning, but that morning I was free. I closed the door and opened up. I started being me. The effect of what he done, it left a scar upon my soul. Even then, I didn't realise the power he'd behold. Domestic violence was something else. That really wasn't my life. I just got caught up in a bit of heartbreak, struggle and strife. So when he reappeared, reinvented, I began to fall once more. His web of lies creative, 2 years he spun them for. He'd given up the demon weed, had anger classes, therapy. He'd made a change to win me back. He'd loved me for eternity. I was not ready. I had my doubts. He said he'd give me time, but all along he was plotting, planning, planting deadly mines. I refused to take him back, but I fell into his grasp. And when life got real, red flags, well, they started whizzing past. I stood my ground and fought back fair, refused to play his game. Sociopath gets scared, cycle is the same. Harasses me and threatens me, exposure is a threat. I kept a record of every last thing so that I could never forget. Facts don't lie, so he can't lie, the paper trail's insane. He knows I'll only speak the truth, so starts a smear campaign. In the meantime, I had found my voice and was craving understanding. What the hell just happened? How the hell am I still standing? I am 1 in 4 of every woman in Britain, but the stigma of abuse, it kept me lonely in a prison. Women's Aid embraced me after just one call. Shout to Pat Craven for a book that broke down walls. Thank you, Freedom Programme. And the group Abuse No More for your tireless support of women who are stigmatised, victimised, left crying on the floor, stereotyped, imprisoned, left behind closed doors. Once I had promised what had happened, I made a promise to myself. I would never, ever let another soul control me with a spell. I am no longer a victim. I am lucky for my life. So I wrote this for the women who in their story don't survive. I wrote this for all women living secret lives, to give them strength and courage so that they too can survive. Everyone knows someone who is going through secret hell. So learn to spot the signs so you're that someone they can tell. Support your fellow women. Cast all judgment aside. Taboos, they can be broken. Truth can win through lies. Leaving isn't easy. Instead of asking why, please take some time to listen to another woman's cry. Thank you very much.